Let's Nightfall, episode 11, and this week's Nightfall is Taniks. The moment you spawn in, get your sprint on. You're going to want to run past those Shriekers, and we're going to keep sprinting. Now, they did change this strike. You used to be able to just run through this. You can still try and run through this, but they do have some turrets set up that will make it a little bit harder to run through. There's a turret right here. You should be able to run past this without getting damaged at all. But where the Taniks door is at, there will be a turret on each side and then a little Siva cluster. And this can be difficult to run by. As you see, I take a decent amount of damage. I would try and run by it, guys, since you're at the very beginning of the Nightfall. If you do die, you're going to go out to where you initially spawned in. So for this first room, there's just going to be a couple snipers in here. You want to focus on taking them out. There's going to be one on your right, one kind of in the middle, but it's kind of to the left of where I'm looking now, and there's one to our far left. So just be aware of those three sniper spots. Along with the snipers, you're going to have a couple vandals in here, and then you're also going to have a captain. Focus on taking out that captain, as he can be dangerous. I'm going to mosey on out here, being very careful. There's the second sniper right there, hiding behind that Siva cluster. And there's going to be a couple more vandals to my left. As you dwindle down the initial wave of ads that are in here, you are then going to have some sword vandal spawn. There's the third sniper right there. I didn't have to waste that rocket on just him. And here come the sword vandals. The sword vandals will push past this door frame. If you're a little too far forward, like if they are locked onto you, they will push through. So you see here, you see how they kind of come through, but then they backpedal. So as long as you're far enough back and far enough away from them, they won't come through the door, but they can. So just be aware of that. Once you take out those sword guys, then dregs are going to spawn. Along with the dregs, you're going to have new snipers that come in. So you'll have that first initial wave of dregs, and then a couple more dregs will spawn, and with them you'll have snipers. So here's one of the snipers right there, and there's another one coming out there as well. There's still a few sword guys left. So while we have a moment, setup-wise, guys, use whatever primary you want to. For secondary, I personally would have a sniper on for the entire fight. Though for the boss room, if you want to switch to something besides a sniper, you can, but I would highly suggest having a sniper on. And then for heavy, go with Gallahorn. If you don't have Gallahorn, go with your best rocket launcher. So here we go. So we cleared out the room, or we got a few more dregs over here on the side. Once you do that, Taniks will spawn in. Get ready for him. Specialist is on and Airborne is on. So when you are firing rockets, remember to be jumping right before they're about to impact enemies. That way they're going to do more damage. And Specialist, your sniper rifles are going to be doing a ton of damage. So what we have to do, if you've never done this strike, you just got to do a little bit of Taniks' health, and then he will teleport out of this room. I'm going to do a quick fast forward here, guys. All you're simply doing some damage on Taniks, bailing back behind cover. Coming back out once your health regens, doing some damage on Taniks, and you're just rinsing and repeating that over and over until he leaves this room. As far as subclasses goes, Hunters, I'm going to be on Golden Gun. I'm going to be switching to Celestial Nighthawk throughout this strike just to be able to do some extra damage with Airborne on. That's going to do a ton of damage. But if you want to run Night Stalker, Night Stalker's great for the boss fight in the last room just to help with ad control. So kind of rock whatever you want. I would not rock Golden Gun if you do not have Celestial Nighthawk. That's the only reason I am using Golden Gun is because I have access to Celestial Nighthawk. Titans, either run Bubble or Hammers. I would run Hammers personally just to help with ad control in the boss room, but Bubble is great as well. just in case you get in trouble, you can pop your Blessings Bubble or Armor Bubble or your Low Light. Warlock's kind of up to you. I would either run a Vampire build with a Void Bomb or just run Self-Res and Solar Nades. So as you saw, we came to this room, just run down those initial steps where you saw me run down and then bail back to this back room. And we're doing that because no ads will come past that little door frame right there. And all we're simply doing, guys, is the same thing we did in the previous room. We're in a new room, but all you're doing is, coming out of cover, doing damage on Taniks, getting back into cover, doing damage on Taniks, getting back into cover. This Nightfall is actually fairly easy. The boss room can be hard at moments if you do not control the Siva clusters, kind of the new wrinkle they added with the boss fight. This strike up to the boss fight is pretty much the exact same. The tank that we're going to be doing next, we're going to be using the spot we've been using all the way back in year 1 or whenever this strike launched. I think this launched with House of Wolves. I can't really remember. But so if you've been a subscriber for a while, you've already seen the walkthroughs for past Taniks Nightfalls, you can just skip to the end of the boss fight, skip ahead in the video if you want to. I'm using the exact same strategy that we've been using on this ever since year 1. So once you do enough damage on Taniks, so he'll start in the middle of the room, you do some damage, then he'll move to the back of this room, which is where he is right now. You'll do some more damage like you saw, then he teleports out of this room. Now, I'm going to run past the rest of these ads. If you were working on your Sunrise bounty, you might want to stay in here a little bit longer if you're doing good on time and take out some of these ads. So you see there's quite a bit of them, but I'm going to skip past. If you are going to skip past, hug the left side of this room, and you should be able to easily make it. As I choke that jump right there, I bonked my shins. Just run past all these guys. Now, you can turn around and kill some of those guys to get some more points, but I'm just going to run past them. So here we go. We're on to the next room. Now, Taniks will not be in this room, so you don't have to worry about him wrecking you or anything like that if you're unfamiliar with the strike. So what we're going to do is first we're going to take out these guys on the left-hand side, and you see they added the little cannon enemy. So we're going to take out them. Once we do take them out, as I have no rockets that I can float waiting on a grenade here, I don't really want to waste my super on these dregs. But what we're going to do is you're going to take out these initial guys. So there's going to be some dregs, and then there's going to be that cannon captain. You're going to take them out. Once you take them out, then we are going to move up to the top left spot. Once we're up in that spot, we will take out some ads up in the front left corner of this room, and then the tank will drop down from the ceiling. So here we go. We're going to take them out. So they are taken out right there. They are down. And then we're going to clear out these last couple of dregs here. So you see these fallen vandal right there. Leave them for now. What we're going to do is we're going to hop on those boxes and use those boxes to jump up to that top left-hand platform. Here we go. We're going to hop up here, turn around. We're going to take out of those vandals. Once we do so, the tank is going to spawn. Rip, dude. All right, well, try not to kill yourself with your own rocket launcher. So anyway, so when you get up here, you're going to take out some of these vandal. And once you do so, the tank is going to spawn. Now, to open up this door, you need to have your ghost out. If you're inside this little room, the door will open without having your ghost. But if you're outside the room, to get back inside the room, you will need to open your ghost for the door to open. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on taking out this Spider Walker's cannon. This cannon is dangerous, and that is what's going to get you killed. Now, ads can spawn up in this room. It is not very consistent, and it is not likely that they will. But there are moments where they will spawn a couple vandals behind you. So just be aware of that. It does not happen very often, but it can happen. So don't be too glued in. Last thing you want to do is, be focused on the walker, and then, you get sniped from behind. I'm going to do a quick fast forward here. All I'm doing is getting out here, doing 1 or 2 shots on his gun. When I hear the walker starting to turn up his cannons, bailing back into the room, making sure to pull out my ghost to open up the doors. So we have his cannon off, and now we're pretty much in the clear. He still has his main big gun that can do a ton of damage, but he will shoot it majority of the time at the platform, like kind of underneath. As long as you're back at the back end of the platform and kneeling down, you can also just bail into the door like I am doing now every time he's revving the gun up, because it does take a while. So we took out the dangerous gun. I'm going to switch to Celestial Nighthawk here to take out the first leg. Once you take out your first leg, bail back into the room immediately. Do not be focused on the boss. Took out the leg, bail back into the room. And the reason why we're doing that is because these snipers spawn across the way, and they are very, very dangerous. So when you take out the first leg, make sure to bail back into the room. Do not focus on doing damage on the boss. Take out these snipers first to make it safe to be up top here, because they can shoot you from all angles. So there we go. We took out those 3 snipers. And now all we're doing, guys, I'm going to pretty much have this in a very fast forward. You're taking out a leg, doing damage on the boss, dipping back in and out of the room. So I'm going to do a fast forward, guys. You're not missing anything. I didn't have any sniper. I was waiting on a cooldown on a pack. So I'm just kind of burning ammo, getting it low so the game will grant me some ammo off of the ground. All you're doing is work on a leg. Once it's down, doing damage on the Spider Walker, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. It's very easy. Finally got some ammo gifted off of the ground, and there we go. We have taken him out. Once you take him out, you can move back down to the ground, grab some ammo. You will have a couple dregs and a couple shanks move through the door that we need to head through. Make sure to take them out. So if you've never done this strike, what we're doing is we're going to move about halfway up this hallway, and then we're going to turn around and bail. We're doing that because Taniks is going to spawn behind you right there, and we're going to need to do some damage on him to move him into the final boss room. I'm going to fast forward again here, guys. All I'm doing is I use my golden gun to shoot Taniks, going back into the back room to get any ammo that might be left behind, any heavy packs, any special. You will have some dregs, you will have some sword vandals, so be careful about them as they can be dangerous if you're not paying attention. If you need to, fall all the way back into the spider walker room. They will not advance into that room. So be careful, come around this corner. Taniks can be right there, and he can be right here as well if you have not done enough damage yet to send him into the room. One rocket was enough. Now he is in the final boss room. So previously, until they changed the strike, you just did a little damage. Taniks would teleport to the back of the room, and then you would go up on the left-hand catwalk across the room for me right now, and you would just finish Taniks from there. And I didn't do this on my first attempt. So there's 3 waves. You're going to do damage on Taniks. He's going to teleport to the front left of the room. Siva stacks are going to spawn. You need to take them out as quickly as possible. If you don't take them out fast enough, more and more adds are going to spawn, and it's going to get very overwhelming in this room. So he's going to teleport to the front left of this room, and that's where the Siva stacks are going to be. So I want you guys to be generally in the area that I am at right now. So here's his teleport. Okay, teleporting right there. Siva empowers Taniks. Got to take out these stacks. Take out that one right there, and then there's 2 back-to-back. So there's a front one, and then there's one in behind it as well. Did we take it out? Not yet. Okay, I got to reload. Okay, now we're on the move. These adds are spawning dregs. They're going to follow you down here. We're bailing to this side of the room, to kind of the back end. We have 2 more stacks to take out. Once we take out these stacks, you are then going to focus on clearing out the adds. Do not pay attention to Taniks at all. So we have all the Siva stacks down. Taniks power fades. You see that message in the bottom left-hand corner. Our goal now is to focus on adds. We want to clear out all these adds, guys, because if you don't, they stay around. And say we do damage on Taniks, he teleports again, more Siva stacks will spawn, and more adds will be coming in, and it's just going to get very, very overwhelming. It prolongs the strike, yes, but it's much needed to control the adds when you're by yourself. When you have 2 other people, then yeah, if there is a little bit too many adds, you got 3 people, 3 supers, 3 Galahorns. It's a lot easier when, you might be a little overrun. So all I'm doing, guys, is focusing on adds. Take out every single add. Now, you don't have your radar, so I want you to make sure to look around the room, make sure you got all the adds out, and then we will focus on Taniks. I'm going to do a little fast forward here. All I'm doing is taking out the last couple adds, guys. So Taniks' second teleport is right here where I'm at, this back end of the room, okay? So just be aware of that. What I want you guys to do is go around the room, collect any special ammo, collect any heavy ammo before we start doing damage on him. If you want, guys, you can sit and wait for a pack. You can sit and wait for a super. Just be on the opposite room of Taniks, and you can just hang out. You control when adds come back. You control that. So here we go. We're going to do damage on boss. So Taniks, he's going to teleport to my right, the back end of the room. And once he teleports, we want to move kind of to where he is. Leave Taniks, you friggin' nub. Sometimes he doesn't leave right away. So I'm a sliver health here, so be careful about that. And we kind of want to move to this general area right here. And then we were going to use the catwalk, which is right above me to my left, as well to take out these Siva stacks. Again, guys, focus on the Siva stacks. If you do get overwhelmed, float a rocket or 2, but you need to take these Siva stacks out as quickly as possible. As you see here, I wanted to get that stupid servitor out of the way. So for the second wave, you're going to have servitors and vandal snipers. So the first wave was dregs and vandals. Second wave is servitors and vandals. So here we go. I'm working on taking out these Siva stacks. You have plenty of cover over here on this side of the room, so make sure you're not out in the open for too long. So I'm going to float another rocket, and then I'm going to move up to the catwalk. You have a lot of cover on the catwalk as well, these 2 little walls right here, and I'm moving up to take out these last couple Siva stacks. Again, the number 1 goal of this boss fight, guys, is to take out the Siva stacks as quickly as possible to control the adds. That should be last one. There we go. Taniks power fades, and now we're doing the exact same thing we did with the first wave. Clear out the adds. That's all you're doing. Do not focus on Taniks. We need to clear this entire room before we move on to the third and final wave. Again, unless you have multiple people with you, then you can kind of just do whatever the hell you want. Quick fast forward again. All I'm doing, guys, is taking out the adds. Once all the adds are down, I'm going around the room to collect ammo, get all the heavy, all the special, all the primary I can. Wait for a cooldown if you need to. Wait for your super if you need to. For the third teleport, Taniks is going to go back up to that middle platform. We're going to be shooting the Siva stacks from the catwalk, which is what I'm on right now. So we teleported right there. With this third wave, we're going to have Shanks, Exploder Shanks, and Invisible Sword Vandal. So here we go. We're focusing on taking out the stacks as quickly as possible. Now there is one behind me, but we're going to ignore that. We're going to hop down and we're going to rotate to the left. So you see Exploder Shanks are coming out right now. I have 2 more stacks to take out. There's one right here to my right, and then there's the one across the room, which was behind us when we were on the catwalk, or I guess a little to my right. So we have one more Siva stack. Once we take this out, unlike the previous 2 rounds, guys, you can focus on Taniks if you want, okay? Because there's not another wave coming. There's not more Siva stacks coming. That's it. You're done. So if you have rockets, which is what I should have done, but I didn't really think of it at the time, let those babies fly at Taniks. You don't have to worry as much about ads, but I want you guys to be on this move for this 3rd wave because you got invisible sword guys, you got exploder shanks. They can be very dangerous. So I don't want you to stand still and you're trying to get sniper shots in. I know specialist is on, but don't get too glued in. Do 1 or 2 shots, be on the move. 1 or 2 shots, be on the move. Rockets should be able to finish them off if you got a bunch, which I was using my rockets on ads. I should have just been focusing on taking out Taniks, as this last wave of ads isn't very dangerous if you were on the move. Though, again, you might want to take out those ads if, again, you were working on that Sunrise Gold Medal bounty. I am super fast forwarding here to the end, guys. I was using my rockets to take out the last remaining ads. Again, waiting for my super, then I'm going to use Celestial Nighthawk to finish him off. It's not a very hard Nightfall this week. It really isn't. It's actually quite easy. The only thing that can get hard, guys, is if you don't take out those Siva stacks fast enough and you just get overrun by ads in the boss room. So as long as you're on those Siva stacks, guys, the boss fight is very easy and you control it. Remember, you're taking out the Siva stacks, then focusing on ads, then focus on Taniks. Though for that 3rd wave, if you're doing fine on score, you can focus on Taniks because more guys aren't coming. See what we get for reward? Yeah, it's infusion fuel and it's a whole lot better than strange coins. Hopefully this video was helpful, guys, and it helps you get it done this week. Have a good one. See ya.